We all love the cop drama Blue Bloods. We're practically obsessed. But in recent news, the show won't be returning to our screens for a while. In today's video, we'll talk about how fans are feeling about this hiatus. We will also look at Tom Selleck calling out Donnie Wahlberg for dominating the Blue Bloods blooper reel. Make sure you stick around till the end. First up, why won't the show be back for a while? The 13th season of the show aired, leaving us in awe. It left us with so many questions, which is why we're dying to know what happens next in the Blue Bloods universe. The season presented a handful of challenges for Frank Reagan and his family, and it just left us wondering how he and his family would overcome everything. Okay, now to get to the question we bet you all want to know the answer to. Why exactly is the show taking such a long break? Well, we don't have any exact answers or any insider news about it, so we can't really be sure about the reason behind this break. But after gathering some information from the few sources we have, we think the only reason the show would take a break right now would be because it's the holiday season. The show is also going on holiday, just like the rest of us. Well, as much as some fans hate this break, it is important, you know. The cast and the production team also need some time off to have fun during the holiday season with their loved ones. It's not uncommon for shows to take a break during the holidays, but that doesn't change the fact that we all are impatiently waiting for the new episodes to air so we can finally know what happens next. Next up, when will the show return? Well, unfortunately for us, we won't be finding out what happens next in the show anytime soon this year. Yep, we know that absolutely sucks. But don't worry, you won't have to wait for too long. It's expected that the current season will air in January, so the new year is already coming with one good thing that we all can look forward to. A date hasn't been announced yet, but we have strong reason to believe that it'll be at the start of January. A little birdie told us it could be as early as the 6th of January. Isn't that amazing? See, you wouldn't have to wait all that long after all. Another thing we know so far about the show's return is that when it does come back after the holidays, it will come back with a bang. Word has it that the first episode of the new year is going to be really intense. Bridget Moynihan would be getting behind the camera to direct this episode and promised fans that it would surely be an epic start to the year. Excited much? Now, this is what fans of the show think about this break. It's no surprise that some of the fans from the Blue Blood fandom aren't the happiest about this winter break. Why? Well, they'd have to wait for almost a whole month to finally get to the next episode of the current season. And as much as we all love creating good suspense, to these fans, it's just a little more than necessary. Although we think this break wasn't all bad, and to be quite honest, a good thing. Sometimes we, as the eager fans that we are, tend to forget that the production of these shows can be really tiring, and the cast and the whole production team do need a break from time to time. And especially during the holiday season, making the crew work would have been unfair. What do you think? Which side are you on? Let us know about all your thoughts down in the comment section. Following up, here's what fans said on Twitter. After Donnie Wahlberg gave an update about the show returning, fans took to Twitter to react to the news. On his official Twitter page, he told his fans that this was not going to be the last episode of the season. There are going to be a lot more exciting episodes from season 13 that the fans will have the joy of watching. He said that this was just the last episode of 2022, implying that the season will continue airing next year, as we've discussed before. This tweet gathered mixed opinions from fans of the show. Some were happy that the season wasn't over yet, while others were bummed out that they'd have to wait almost 3 weeks to watch the next episode. Some people's favorite holiday activity is watching holiday specials of shows they love while being cozy with hot chocolate. Are you one of those people? Because we sure are. So we completely understand why some people were unhappy about having no episodes air during the holiday season. One fan replied to this tweet by Donnie, saying that they want Blue Bloods to air all year round. Now, that's something we can all get behind, right? Another fan expressed how they're super excited, just like the rest of us, for the show to return next year, and how they can't wait to watch what happens next in the show. One fan was a little worried and confused, asking if they were going to do any reruns of the old episodes during this break. What do you think? Do you think there would be any reruns? Not to mention, here's what else they said. Do you know that feeling you get after you finish a show you liked or read a book you loved? That moment when you start to question what your life is without that show or book? Well, that's exactly how some Blue Bloods fans are feeling right now. So we're sure you can empathize with them here. One fan tweeted, "Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do for 3 weeks on a Friday night." Oh well, do you relate to what they said? Another complaint that fans have with the show is how they missed a great opportunity by taking this long break during the holiday season. According to fans, the show could have and should have done a holiday special episode, since a lot of other shows on CBS have started doing this. It has proved really good for the show's success, and the fans absolutely loved it too. So fans are a little bummed out that Blue Bloods didn't do one. A fan on Reddit pointed out how Blue Bloods is a family-oriented show, and it would have made sense for them to do a Christmas special episode, especially to take its viewers away from the usual dark episodes. The change would have felt nice and fresh to the fans, but oh well, we can't do anything now, can we? Up next, let's look at what happens backstage at the show. Blue Bloods seems like a pretty serious show. Crime, law, and all, so it doesn't leave a lot of room for lighthearted fun. We think you'd agree with us on this, that Blue Bloods isn't exactly the kind of show you put on when you want a good laugh. Although the show isn't all just about fighting crime and law enforcement, fans of the show know that at the core of the show, it's just about a family. It's a very family-oriented show, as fans put it mostly. Fans even say that the episode where the whole family, with 2 sons and a daughter, sit down together once a week for dinner is truly the heart of the show. So the show isn't just all about serious talk, especially not backstage. Talking about the backstage fun, the cast has become very close after so many seasons of the show, forming a little family of their own behind the camera, which is just such a sweet thought. No? And now that they're close, they know how to have a good laugh with each other when the cameras aren't rolling, to get away from all the seriousness of the show. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Tom Selleck and Donnie Wahlberg talked about their time together after almost a decade of working on the show we all love so much. And honestly, the interview was just so sweet. You can tell that the cast members are so close to each other from the way they talk and talk about each other. Following up, Tom Selleck called Donnie Wahlberg out. In the interview with Entertainment Tonight, while he was talking about his time with Donnie working together on the show, he called his co-star out. But don't worry, it wasn't anything serious. The two were just having fun. It'll make sense once you find out what Donnie got called out for. We all have watched the hilarious bloopers reel from the show. If you haven't watched it yet, what are you waiting for? We bet it's going to make you laugh a good amount. Talking about the reel, when Tom was asked who created the most content for the reel, he said it was Donnie. The way he didn't even hesitate to give the answer tells us just how much of a fun person Donnie is when the cameras for Blue Bloods aren't rolling. Talking about Donnie creating the funniest clips from the reel, he said that Donnie was kind of the king of this stuff. And after watching the reel they're talking about, we kind of agree. He was so funny in the reel. It's incredible seeing the difference between his very serious character on screen and his real personality behind the cameras. It feels like a breath of fresh air. Wouldn't you all agree? With a little laugh, Donnie said that he agreed with what Tom said. He also said that he definitely put himself in the top 2 funniest ones from The Real. He sure does know how to have a good time and brighten up everyone's mood. From randomly starting to dance to teasing the crew in a fun way, he's really making his way into everyone's hearts with the backstage clips we see from the show. That's all we have time for today. How does this long holiday break make you feel? Let us know down in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe for more videos. With all that said, as always, we'll see you in our next video.